Hi everyone. Welcome to our next topic in business unit level strategies. We will discuss the following. 1. Defensive strategy. 2. Matching strategy to situation. 3. Commandments for formulating successful business strategy. The purpose of defensive strategy is to support the firm's competitive position and lowering the risk of being attacked. It weakens the impact of any attack that occurs and influences the challengers to aim their efforts at other competitors. The methods of protecting the competitive position are: 1. Block the challenger's avenue for mounting an offensive attack. 2. Signaling strong retaliation. The options to block challengers' avenues for mounting an offensive attack are as follows. 1. Broadening the firm's product line to close off vacant niches and gaps to would-be challengers. 2. Introducing models or brands that match the characteristics which the challengers' models already have or might have. 3. Keeping prices low on models that most closely match the competitors' offerings. 4. Signing exclusive agreements with dealers and distributors to keep the competitors from using the same ones. 5. Granting dealers and distributors sizable volume discounts to discourage them from experimenting with other suppliers. 6. Offering free or low-cost training to buyers' personnel in the use of the firm's product. There are 8 kinds of industries: environment and company situations. 1. Young, emerging industry. They are early formative stage, in startup mode, adding people, acquiring or constructing facilities, gearing up production, trying to broaden distribution, gaining customer acceptance, face problems regarding product design, technology and marketing. 2. Transition to industry maturity. As the growth rates slack off, the transition usually produces fundamental changes in the industry's competitive environment. 3. Mature or declining industries. Businesses competing in slow growth or declining industries have to accept the difficult realities. Strong competitors may be able to take sales from weaker competitors. The exit of weaker firms help the stronger firms to increase their market share. 4. Fragmented industries. The outstanding feature of a fragmented industry is the absence of market leaders with king-size market shares. 5. International markets. Firms go international because they desire to seek out new markets, a competitive need to achieve lower costs and a desire to access natural resource deposits in other countries. 6. Industry leaders. The competitive positions of industry leaders generally range from stronger than average to powerful. Leaders enjoy a well-known reputation. 7. Runner-up firms. They acquire weaker market positions than the industry leaders. Some runner-ups play the role of market challengers. They adopt offensive strategies to gain a market share. 8. Weak and crisis-ridden firms. They find difficulty in producing profit for the company. Sample of emerging industries. 1. Artificial intelligence has already become a part of the automotive industry with self-driving cars and the healthcare industry with virtual doctor. 2. Virtual reality. Use of computer modeling and simulation that enables a person to interact with an artificial three-dimensional visual or other sensory environment such as video games. 3. Big data analytics. Big used by Google reviews large amounts of data, looking for hidden correlations and patterns. 4. Cybersecurity is the protection of computing resources from unauthorized access, use, modification or disruption. Banks use cybersecurity. 5. Cloud computing is driven by a network of physical data warehouses, hardware, software and services that run on the internet instead of on a local device like your computer. Examples are Dropbox and Google Cloud. Emerging industries. 1. Win the early race for leadership by employing a bold and a creative strategy. 2. Push hard to perfect the technology, improve product quality and develop attractive performance features. 3. Capture any first-mover advantages associated with more models, better styling, early commitments to technologies and raw materials suppliers, experience curve effects and new distribution channels. 4. Search out new customers and geographical area. 5. Emphasize building product awareness to increase frequency of use and create a brand loyalty. 6. Move quickly when technological uncertainty clears and a dominant technology emerges. 7. Use price cuts to attract price-sensitive buyers. 8. Expect large, established firms looking for opportunities to enter the industry. The strategic moves when market growth slows and competitive pressure builds up are: 1. Pruning the product line. Too many product versions prevent the firms from achieving the economies of long product runs. The prices of slow-selling products may not cover their costs. 2. More emphasis on process. The purposes of reinvesting the production can involve mechanizing high-cost activities, revamping production lines to improve labor efficiency and increased use of advanced technology. 3. A stronger focus on cost reduction. By bargaining with the suppliers, development of more economical product designs and cut unnecessary tasks out of activity cost chain. 4. Increasing sales to present customers by broadening the lines offered to include complementary products and ancillary services, finding more ways for customers to use the product and performing more functions for the buyers. 5. Purchasing rival firms at bargain prices. The most desirable acquisitions of distressed rivals are those that will significantly enhance the acquiring firm's competitive strength. 6. Expanding internationally. A firm may seek to enter foreign markets where attractive growth potential still exists as its domestic market matures. The strategies for firms in declining industries are: 1. Pursue a focused strategy by exploiting the growth segments within the industry. 2. Stress differentiation based on quality improvement and product innovation. Differentiation based on innovation has the additional advantage of being difficult and expensive for rivals to imitate. 3. Work diligently and persistently to drive costs down. When increases in sales cannot be counted on to generate increased earnings, firms can improve profit margins and return on investment by continuously reducing the operating costs and increasing efficiency. Suitable strategy for fragmented industry are: 1. Constructing and operating formula facilities is an attractive approach to achieving low cost when firms must operate facilities at multiple locations. Such firms design a standard facility, construct outlets in favorable locations at a minimum cost and operate them in a super efficient manner. McDonald's and 7-Eleven have pursued this strategy to perfection. 2. Becoming a low-cost operator by having a price-cutting game and still earn profits above the industry average, increasing customer value through integration. 3. Specializing by product type. In auto repair, firms specialize in transmission repair, bodywork and mufflers, brakes and shocks. 4. Specializing by customer type. A firm can cope with the intense competition of a fragmented industry by catering to customers who have the least bargaining leverage, least price sensitive, interested in additional services, place custom orders, or who have special needs or tastes. 5. Focusing on a limited geographic area to produce greater sales efficiency, speed delivery and customer services. The types of international strategies are: 1. License foreign firms use the company's technology or produce and distribute the company's product. 2. Maintain a national one-country production base and export goods to foreign markets, using either company-owned or foreign-controlled forward distribution channel. 3. Follow a multi-country strategy. The company's international strategy is crafted country by country to be responsive to the customer needs and conditions in each country. 4. Follow a global low-cost strategy. The company produces at the lowest cost and supplies to most of the buyers or all strategically important markets in the world. 5. Follow a global differentiation strategy. The firm differentiates its product on the same attributes in all countries to create a consistent image and a consistent competitive theme. 6. Follow a global focused strategy. The company aims at serving the same identifiable niche in each of many strategically important country markets. Strategy for industry leaders are: 1. Stay on the offensive. Strategy is based on the principle that the best defense is a good offense. Offensive-minded leaders try to be first movers to build a sustainable competitive advantage and a solid reputation as the leader. Staying on offensive requires continuous innovation, development of new products, and better performance features. 2. Fortify and defend. Strategy is to make it very difficult for new firms to enter and for challengers to gain ground. 3. Follow the leader. Strategy is to enforce an unwritten tradition that smaller firms follow the industry leader in adjusting prices up or down. The leader uses its competitive muscle to thwart and discourage the would-be challengers. The strategies for runner-up firms are: 1. Vacant niche. Strategy involves concentrating on consumer or end-use applications that the major firms have neglected. An ideal vacant niche is sufficient in size and scope to be profitable, has some growth potential, is well suited to a firm's own capabilities and skills, and is outside the interest of the leading firms. 2. Specialist strategy. A specialist firm concentrates on a single product, a particular end use, a special customer group, or a particular geographical area. The purpose is to build a competitive advantage through product uniqueness, expertise in special purpose products, or specialized customer service. 3. Ours is better than their. Strategy uses a combination of focus differentiation strategy keyed to product quality. 4. Content follow strategy. Follower firms refrain from initiating trend-setting strategic moves to steal the customers away from the leaders. They prefer approaches that will not provoke competitive retaliation. 5. Growth viaduct acquisition strategy. Strengthening a company's position to have a larger market share is possible through a merger with or acquiring weaker rivals. 6. Distinctive image strategy. Some runner-up companies use a variety of strategic approaches by standing out from competitors. The strategic options for a firm in a declining competitive position are: 1. Modest strategic offensive. If it has the financial resources, it can adopt a modest strategic offensive focused to low cost of production or new differentiation. 2. Aggressive defense. It can adopt an aggressive defense, using variations in the present strategy and fighting hard to keep sales, market share, profitability and competitive position at current levels. 3. Immediate abandonment. It can opt for an immediate abandonment and get out of the business either by selling out to another firm or by closing down the operations. 4. Harvest strategy. It can adopt a harvest strategy, keeping reinvestment to a bare minimum and maximizing short-term cash flows in preparation for an orderly exit. "13 Commandments for formulating successful business strategies." These commandments help the strategists in formulating effective strategic plans. 1. Always put top priority on formulating and executing moves that enhance the company's competitive position for the long term and that serve to establish it as an industry leader. 2. Understand that a clear, consistent competitive strategy, when well crafted and well executed, builds reputation and recognizable industry position. Over the long haul, a company that has a well-conceived competitive strategy aimed at securing a strong market position. 3. Try not to get stuck back in the pack with no coherent long-term strategy or distinctive competitive position, an average image and little prospect of climbing into the ranks of the industry leaders. 4. Invest in creating a sustainable competitive advantage. It is the single most dependable contributor to above-average profitability. 5. Play aggressive offense to build a competitive advantage and aggressive defense to protect it. 6. Avoid strategies capable of succeeding only in the best of circumstances. Competitors will react with countermeasures and market conditions are not always favorable. 7. Be cautious in pursuing a rigidly prescribed, inflexible strategy. Changing market conditions may render it quickly obsolete. Any strategy, to perform satisfactorily, must be adaptable to fresh market circumstances. 8. Don't underestimate the reactions and the commitment of rivals, especially when they are pushed into a corner and their well-being is threatened. 9. Be wary of attacking strong, resourceful rivals without a solid competitive advantage and ample financial strength. 10. Consider that attacking competitive weakness is usually more profitable than prices attacking competitive strength. 11. Take care not to cut without an established cost advantage. Only a low-cost producer can win at price cutting over the long term. 12. Be aware that aggressive moves to wrest market share away from rivals often provoke aggressive retaliation in the form of marketing arms race and/or price wars to the detriment of everyone's profits. Aggressive moves to capture a bigger market share invite cutthroat competition, particularly when the market is plagued with high inventories and excess production capacity. 13. Employ bold strategic moves in pursuing differentiation strategies to open up meaningful gaps in quality, service, or performance features. Tiny differences between the rivals' competitive strategies and product offerings may not be visible or important to buyers.